About a week ago, I had a day where I just decided to sit down and record whatever I ended up painting, so this is one of the two things I recorded from that day. I have painted water in my sketchbook before with acrylics, and I really liked how it turned out. It actually wasn't intended to be water, but once I laid down the colors, I was like, oh, this kind of looks like water, and then the bottom looks like sand. So I wanted to try painting water, except this time I knew I wanted the water to be pink. I knew that would be more difficult than doing blue water because blue as a whole, it kind of takes the theme of water, so even if it looks like crap, if it's blue, it'll probably be able to be seen as water, versus if it's a different color, it'll be harder for the eye, I guess, to see it as being water. So I definitely wanted to try doing a pink and like yellowy orange combination, so that's what I ended up doing for this one, and I both like it and don't like it. I should have looked at my other one more because I really like the way I did the waves on the first one I did versus on this one. I mean, they look like waves, but they're less organic kind of shapes to the waves, and they're less realistic curves in the waves, so I don't like that aspect of it. But I do like the colors in this a lot. I really do like the way they complement each other. It's like a nice rosy pink mixed with the very pretty yellow gold that comes in the set of acrylic paints I purchased, so I do like the colors. And then I did decide to do like a little fake paint chip swatch thing going on the top of the page. I really like the look of that. I mentioned that in my sketchbook tour video actually, because this is from my old sketchbook, so I do have a sketchbook tour of this video on my channel, and I really like the way that looks. I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out because the acrylic paint tends to like seep out of the washi tape, and the washi tape also really likes to rip up the sketchbook paper, so whenever I tape something out, I tend to have to be really careful with it, otherwise we're going to rip up the paper, and obviously that's not what we're going for here. But when I was doing this, I was just kind of winging it, honestly. I wasn't looking at a reference picture. Every now and then I would look at my initial painting that I used, and obviously, like I said, didn't look at it enough because I really am not a huge fan of the waves towards the middle and above of the piece. I like the ones that are kind of on the shore area, but as far as the ones from the middle to the top of the actual painting itself, they're just, I don't know, they're not organic enough. They don't look like waves. I mean, they do, but they don't. I just really not a huge fan of the shapes I ended up using for those, but I really do like the like foamy bits of the water. Like I said, I'm not using a reference picture, and when it comes to acrylic paints, as I've mentioned before, I don't know what I'm doing, but I like how it looks foamy. It's just a way I was like putting the brush on there. I kind of overkilled it when it comes to the waves that aren't on the shore, but that's okay. We're not going for like hyper realism here. I've just been having a lot of fun doing acrylic painting. I definitely want to work on more comprehensive and just more detailed pieces in the future, because what I've been painting with acrylics is like the bare minimum to make it look like something, I guess. I've just been working on very, very simple pieces, and I would like to elaborate on that and just do something with more detail with acrylics in the future. I've said before that I don't want to do portraits as of right now. I might try that in the future, but especially I know right now I want to work on gouache portraits and then maybe work my way over to acrylic portraits, because I think I'm a little bit more comfortable with gouache than I am with acrylics. Something I really like about gouache and watercolors as a whole is it just doesn't get super clumpy on a small brush, so you're able to achieve a lot more detail than what you are with acrylic paints, which is fine. I don't have a huge selection of small brushes. I really want to get a larger collection. I used to hate small brushes, but times have changed, I guess, for me. I really like small brushes now. I have learned they're good for details. And beforehand, I was a much messier painter, at least when it comes to watercolors. I didn't really use acrylics as a whole. I used to be a lot messier when it comes to laying down colors, especially for watercolors. I would very much so rely on the line work to kind of pick up the slack where the actual like placement of colors was lacking, but recently I have definitely grown out of that habit, and I've relied more on taking my time with painting and making sure the color is down where I want the color to go and nowhere else, so that's definitely not a bad thing. Also, I tried to peel off the washi tape and make it look nice, and because I like the look of when people are peeling off washi tape, it's nice to see the clean edge, but it was giving me troubles, so enjoy that excuse of a nice satisfying washi tape peel, because that was was a little bit of a disaster. It wasn't the worst, but it was a little bit of a disaster, I won't lie. But that is it for the painting. I don't hate this one. I really like the colors, as I said, and I definitely hope to work on that in the future. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.